interested by that much.
I think the only positive is that we're going to move forward in a good direction, correct?
Yes.
So.
If you're going to pass this on, that's is where the council members have to sign that they know that there's an audit that was done, and not that you have, Jerry says not that you have to agree with the audit, but just that the audit was done and you got copies and had the opportunity to see it.
Pete, are you okay with moving on from that topic?
Yes.
Okay, next move on to committee reports. I just have a few things to say. I just wanted to thank Darren and the Public Works Committee, Chad and the Public Safety Committee, Sandy and Matt, resident volunteers Wendy and Christine, Hap Ordute, Yvette and her family for the donation of the star, all those people for all their help this weekend with the holiday events in Helmetta. They were very positive, and we look forward to doing a lot more together.
Yeah, because it was very nice. The star is beautiful, Yvette, on the tree, so thanks to your
Yeah, thank you.
husband and you.
Put it up there for
I know
years
you
to
don't like
come.
to give him credit, but thanks to your husband. And I think Hap was fantastic, as usual, and the guys from the fire department and the police. Even some police officers, I think, that were off duty were there, so.
Well executed, so thank you to everybody who helped. And I also just wanted to follow up, there was a member of the public who asked about the lights in the community center and also in the shelter. Matt and I have been working on that. Matt's been contacting the contractor. There's an issue with if we turn the lights off.
That's for the community center.
The community center, if we
The
turn the
shelter
lights
lights
off.
are all pretty much off now. We took all the bulbs out.
Shelter lights, the bulbs are out, we're saving energy. And also in the community center, if we turn the emergency lighting off, it's going to burn the battery in a new building. So the other option was to take the bulbs out. However, when you use the building, there's going to be missing bulbs. So Darren is researching an option to possibly some rewiring or something, so that way all those lights aren't on. When I was in there over the weekend, there was an additional switch on, so it seemed a lot brighter, so I turned that off. However, it's a beautiful community center. I do think that we need to save energy because we're responsible for the expenses that come along with it. That's my update.
There's a public works update. If I can get this thing open again. High Street, John Street will both paved on the 12th. We're waiting on stormwater compliant basins for John Street and the guide rail on High Street. Right now, neither of those are installed. So they still need to be installed. They're going to be done at a later date. Mario's cleaning up and doing just basic restoration of right-of-ways or easements or whatever they went into, because they were on the edge of the railroad tracks and also on private property, so they're cleaning all of that stuff up. There's some improvements to the water tower, upgrades to the wireless communication between our water tower and East Brunswick. It is just being looked at. They're going to provide us with an upgrade, and then we'll make a decision on that. The county culvert project said that the NIAC consultants provided a template for a retaining wall. We're going to look farther, deeper into that. One question I had.
I got the plaque.
Matt, about
It's a plaque.
the phone system. Matt, that was the one question that I had. Are we what's the status of that?
It's supposed to be done in November. Axtel is making it really hard to release the lines for some reason to KBS Sound. I talked to and released some more. I sent some paperwork to Axtel to get more stuff released yesterday. It should be done by end of December.
And I think it needs to be, because if not, then we're going to be paying for 2 phone systems, and that's not appropriate. So we need to call them every day, how I feel.
Yeah, I've been working with the KBS Sound every day.
I just need to address something that happened last week. You just said there was some work that was done at the water tower. Our systems were down because whatever work they did shut down the radios, and our radios went down, and we couldn't communicate to headquarters. Next time something like that happens, please let us know so that we could do the right thing to go reboot it, whatever it needs.
Was that when the power was out?
Yeah, it's probably because it has a half-an-hour backup battery. After that goes out, the entire system shuts down, and we can't communicate with headquarters. That's a public safety issue for us. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that up.
That's all I have.
And to add to that report, he also gave me the e-waste. The company we use right now is Vintage Technologies. They're going out of business, so we're looking for a new vendor for the TVs, any kind of computers, any stuff that we used to take. Darren's recommended a minimum of $2,500 for the recycling budget for that. He's also looking for more options.
Okay. We have time to work on that, right, Jim?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty ahead last year in terms of budgeting. I know I still have to get back to Matt on some numbers and, you know, working out some specific departments, but yeah, we got a little bit of time.
You have any report? Joe?
No report?
Okay.
I got more stuff.
Oh, great.
Also, JIF gave us the option of getting more coverage. Right now we have 11 million of liability coverage. For another $4 million of coverage, there would be 876 a year on top of what we pay.
176.
876.
876.
And then
And how much more coverage do you get for that?
4 million.
4 million.
Yeah.
Same deductible?
Yep.
Okay.
This is the negotiations with Teamsters won't start till January. We're having trouble setting a meeting with them, Adam and I. That's it.
You're having trouble?
Yeah. So originally we were supposed to meet this week, and then they said they can't meet. And then Adam's not available during the holiday season, so at least it's January. That's it.
Chad, anything?
Nothing about the report.
Okay. Okay, we'll move on to the second reading and adoption of ordinance.
It's an ordinance of the Borough of Helmetta in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, providing for improvements to Helm Park and appropriating $35,000, there should be a little dot here, therefore from the borough's general capital fund.
Need to open this reading to the public. Anybody appearing from the public, please come forward.
Joe Reed, Helmetta. Just a quick question. What is that $35,000 going towards?
Helm Park.
Yeah, is it new playground equipment or?
You know, it's probably not that specific,
shortfall,
right?
Yeah.
We're basically, that's really some of a reallocation of funds to cover a shortfall from a contract that was awarded before there were sufficient funds. So if you saw earlier, there was a corrective action plan. That was probably the most significant comment on the audit that the auditor had for us to monitor those spending plans a little bit more closely. So this $35,000 really corrects any overspending. So we basically spent more on the project than we had intended or had funding for.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No problem.
Anyone else appearing from the public on this ordinance? Not, we'll close the public portion. And need a motion to adopt.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, calling of the roll, Councilmember Slavacek,
Yes.
Bruno,
Abstain.
Karzewski,
Yes.
Perez.
Yes. Wait. That ordinance doesn't pass, right? It's 2/3 of the full council, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it is
we-
2/3.
Yeah, we need that. We need that vote.
Sorry.
But we're fixing something that went wrong.
I had no intention to even be here. I stuck around because all the other yo-yos that's on this council, now you guys, decided not to come. I have a statement prepared to read, just out of courtesy. I stayed here so you can have a quorum. I'm not voting on anything, period.
But to answer your question, it is 2/3, I think, yeah.
We can't pay Jamali then.
Hey,
Well, I mean, that's gonna cause a lawsuit. We're probably gonna get sued over that.
I guess the one thing you could do is start the ordinance process again, starting in January with the new council and appropriate at that point. But obviously that will mean that it's not going to happen for at least 2 meetings.
I'll vote.
Thank you. Can we revote?
Thank you. Okay,
And actually, just to make Councilwoman Bruno a little bit more comfortable, we actually had a first reading on this, and did you vote positively on that one? Because I don't want to make you change your vote if you didn't agree with it the first time around.
I need my information, so.
Is there any way we can look that up real quick?
That's a good point.
I think everybody voted yes.
I think it was unanimous last time for the first reading.
I might not have.
She may not have. Yeah, because that was the issue
Because
with.
it was a screw up.
now you, let me see, that was ordinance number
15.
15, yes. Which is mixed up in here.